Hey everyone, welcome to the Rifle Silhouette channel. I'm Eric Meetencourt, and I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about travel into Canada with firearms and ammunition. I know many of you are preparing for the first stage of the Lapua Monarch Cup, which is going to be held at the Bull River Shooters Association range in Cranbrook, British Columbia, which, by the way, is an incredible range with amazing people. You'll have a great time there. But I know some of you have some questions about getting there with your firearms, so I just wanted to make this quick video sharing my experience with doing exactly that. For those of you who do not have a non-resident possession and acquisition license, the process is relatively easy, but there are a few steps that I will take you through to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. So to begin, traveling internationally with firearms requires you to fill out a 4457 form, which is the United States Customs and Border Protection Certificate of Registration for Personal Effects Taken Abroad. Now, long name, yes, but very important form. And speaking of forms, I'm going to be linking all the forms that we talk about in the description below, so you'll be able to access them easily and get those filled out. But the 4457 form is very important when returning to the United States and proves that you own the firearms before traveling and are not importing firearms into the United States illegally. This form can be filled out in advance of your trip and certified at an international port of entry that has a Customs and Border Protection office. Now, most airports have these, but there are also local offices for the Customs and Border Protection that you can go to get these forms filled out as well. Just bring the forms and the rifles you want to get certified, and they'll get you squared away. You can also complete these forms at the border by stopping at the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Office before crossing into Canada. It's very important that you do that before. If you are flying, make sure to have this form filled out before leaving the United States. You will not have an opportunity to fill it out once you've landed in Canada, and you may have your firearms seized when returning to the United States. So, very important form. Let's talk about the Canadian side. Crossing into Canada with firearms and ammunition requires a Royal Canadian Mounted Police 5589 form to be filled out. This form needs to be filled out accurately and completely, except for Section C. The RCMP asks that you sign and date in front of an RCMP officer while at the border or at immigration control at the airport. Once you have completed this form, print 3 copies and bring them with you to the border or the airport, and that's where they'll get certified. This will act as your firearms license while in Canada and is good for 60 days. If you are traveling with more than 3 firearms, then you'll also need to fill out the RCMP 5590 form, which is the non-resident firearm declaration continuation sheet. And you'll need to bring 3 copies of that as well. There is a processing fee of 25 Canadian dollars, but that's pretty much it. So make sure to have your 4457 form filled out before crossing into Canada. Make sure to have 3 copies of your 5589. And if you are traveling with more than 3 firearms, then make sure that you have 3 copies of your 5590 form as well. As far as ammunition goes, the Canadian Explosive Act limits the amount of ammunition and ammunition components that you can import into Canada without an import permit, but the Explosive Act allows you to import up to 5,000 cartridges of non-prohibited ammunition for personal use. So your 22 ammo for the Lapua Monarch Cup is totally fine, and if you're staying for the rest of the Canadian National Championships, your high-power ammunition for high-power rifle silhouette will be fine as well. Just make sure you don't bring more than 5,000 rounds. That's it. I will have the link to the required forms in the description below. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to the Rifle Silhouette channel, and I look forward to seeing all of you in Canada for the first stage of the Lapua Monarch Cup. I'll see you there.